Supervisors meeting, Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. Call the meeting to order. Start with a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I will note at the onset, Supervisor Gasper is under the weather and not with us this evening. There are two opportunities for public comment. The first will be as to agenda items only. Thank you. Ms. Blacknell?
Yes.
All right, good evening. If you just state your full name and indicate that you're a township resident.
Yes, my name is Carolyn Buser Blacknell, and I am a township, Northampton Township.
And if you'd like, you can move the microphone down so you're not reaching for it so much. All right, you have 3 minutes, ma'am. Go ahead.
All right, based on your this is about the funding, the new agenda items, so it is related to the agenda items. According to your 2018 audit on page 52, our long-term debt due over the next 18 years is $41.9 million. That's a lot of money we owe for spending on non-essential items, such as purchasing the country club, which is not doing well. I will leave handouts of page 52 with my calculations. And so my question is, if we owe $41.9 million for past, this is principal and interest for government activities and business activities, which would include the country club and other events, how do we plan to fund the new agenda items? Is it with more government-issued bonds? And does that mean raising the taxes? Because it looks like we owe a lot of money already, and that's a lot of $41.9 million. It seems like a lot in 18 years for existing stuff. And this is from 2018, so I don't know if more stuff has changed, but it's your schedule here. So I'm just going to leave it right here. You guys, there's 10 copies if you want to take one. Thank you.
All right, moving on to consent items, approval of the minutes, January 25th, 2026, and accounts payable, February 11, 2026, and February 25th, 2026?
25th, February 25, February 11 and February 25.
Yes. We'll start with February 11, 2026.
Okay, yes. The total accounts payable for February 11, 2026 is $1,558,558.90 for all funds.
And for February 25, 2026?
And for February 25, 2026, the total is $518,511.58.
And there will also be a consideration for Resolution R-26-5, establishing a snow emergency from January 24 to 26, 2026. Do I hear a motion to approve the consent items?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any comment?
No.
All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Nay? Motion carries. New business. Consideration for the authorization to advertise an ordinance setting uniform requirements for wastewater. Supervisor Lombardo.
Thank you. The purpose of this ordinance is to make sure that wastewater is treated properly and that the water quality standards are met. The EPA has created a program called National Pretreatment Program. It's under the Clean Water Act. We send most of our wastewater that we have, when we send wastewater to a treatment plant, we must adopt a local ordinance regulating the businesses and other users that are connected to the sewer plant. We send most of our wastewater through Philadelphia, except for a small part of our township in the northwest corner and portions of Bristol Road and Ivy Land. That goes to the Westminster Township Municipal Authority. So since Westminster Township Municipal Authority collects that sewer water and waste from our 400 residents and businesses in that area, The board is being asked to adopt one ordinance so that the Westminster Township Municipal Authority can comply with that and enforce the requirements of the
Warminster.
Clean Water Act.
Mr. Lombardo, it's Warminster.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, Warminster Township Municipal Authority. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to authorize advertising and ordinance setting uniform requirements for wastewater flow into the Warminster Township Municipal Authority sewer system from properties located in Northampton Township to comply with all applicable state and federal laws.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, any comment? Supervisor Lombardo, any comment?
No, I think it's good to be consistent and that we get that done.
Supervisor Moore?
Nope.
Supervisor Rose?
Nope.
All right. All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Next, we'll open a hearing to consider an ordinance establishing multi-way stop intersection at Highland Drive and Farmway Drive. Supervisor Moore?
Sure, thanks, Bob. So we have an intersection on Highland Drive and Farmway Drive, which is just north of Second Street Park going out of town towards New Hope. On the right-hand side is where Highland Drive is. Some of the local residents there have some concerns about the traffic there, and they've requested we do a traffic study. Bowman's done the traffic study, and it's come back to the township recommending that we do a four-way stop there. We put it out to a public hearing, and we have no opposition to it. So I'd like to make a motion if I could.
Please.
I move to adopt ordinance amending Chapter 15, Motor Vehicles and Traffic, Part 2 of the Township Code to add all-way stop intersection at Farmway Drive and Highland Drive.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
All right, any comment?
Sure, the only thing I'll mention is that we've done this in a number of situations. We did one on Grenoble Road and Spencer, which made a big difference with a lot of traffic there. And we also did a couple stop signs on Stoneyford Road. So it's just a way of the township trying to make it safer for people in town. So I would definitely recommend proceeding with this.
I think this is a great idea because this is a bus stop for our kids. And sometimes the cars don't stop when they're supposed to.
Supervisor Lombardo?
No comment?
I'll just echo the other comments. I'm pleased to see that we commonly, especially in receiving information from the people who are closest to these intersections and report the danger, that we've been consistently responsive. And as I've said many times from up here, this is a safety issue. It's clear as day to me. I don't see anyone here to publicly comment on the hearing. So with that, all those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. And I close the hearing. And now we'll open the hearing to consider an ordinance adopting 2021 International Fire Code Ordinance. Supervisor Lombardo.
Thank you, Bob. The state requires municipalities such as ours to adopt by local ordinance the most recent International Fire Code, which is the 2021 edition. The primary purpose of adopting regular updates is to provide consistency and ensure similar standards across all editions of the building codes that are enforced by the township. If I may make a motion?
Please.
I move to adopt an ordinance to update township building codes to include the 2021 edition of the International Fire Code.
Is there a second?
Second?
All right. Any comment?
I think it's good that we're consistent across all bases here with the fire codes.
Supervisor Moore, any comment?
Nope.
Supervisor Rose?
Nope.
No, none from me. All those in favor saying aye?
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. And I don't see any public comment on the hearing. Motion carries. So we'll close the hearing. And now to consider Resolution R-26-6, authorizing Buck Road Sidewalk Maintenance Agreement. Supervisor Rose.
As part of the Buck Road Holland Streetscape and Buck Road Bridge Replacement Project, new sidewalks will be constructed to improve pedestrian access and safety in the area. As the project advances through engineering and design, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation, PennDOT, requires the township to enter into a sidewalk maintenance agreement. Under this agreement, once PennDOT completes construction of the sidewalks, ownership and maintenance responsibility will be transferred to the township. Then, like all the other sidewalks throughout the township, under the provisions of Township Ordinance 213, Future maintenance then becomes the responsibility of the adjacent property owners. With that, I'd like to make a motion.
Please.
I move to adopt Resolution R-26-6, directing and authorizing the township manager to execute an agreement with the Department of Transportation and to assume maintenance responsibility for all new sidewalks constructed as part of the Buck Road Streetscape project.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right. Any comment?
No, it's very clear.
Supervisor Moore?
Actually, I think it's an outstanding idea. We've been working with Holland for a number of years here, trying to get it, make it a nicer community for walkability. The Mill Race End has been approved for development. That's moving forward. The bridge there, finally getting, we did a lot of work on that for the utilities. It was closed for a period of time. Now it's been reopened, and then it'll be closed one more time next year when we'll rebuild the bridge there over the Mill Race End, which will be very good. And this project here is just making downtown Highland a lot more walkable, which is good, similar to what we did with downtown Bridgeboro. So I fully support it.
Supervisor Lombardo?
No, I think this is a great project because I've heard from a lot of residents out in that area that they want to make improvements to Buck Road, make it a little bit nicer, make it more walkable, as Barry said. So I think this will go a long way to helping that out.
Mr. Pellegrino, do you have a comment?
Yeah, just one comment. I want to make sure everyone understands that sidewalks and curbs in the township are maintenance service is the responsibility of the adjacent property owner. So while we are entering into this agreement with PennDOT, ultimately it will be the property owner's responsibility to maintain the sidewalks, not the township's.
Understood with that. Is there any additional comment? No? All those in favor saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Moving on to liaison reports. Supervisor Rose.
Yes, I'd like to talk about Public Works. I have to tell you, with all the storms that we have had lately, our Public Works has done a phenomenal job. And if you drive in any other township and you come to Northampton, you know you're in Northampton. These guys have been working relentlessly all through the night, taking care of us. You wake up, your streets are plowed. I just want to say how much we appreciate the hard work, and we see it. And I've been hearing it from so many residents, how wonderful they've been doing. A great job. So I just want to give you a little overview of our storm response efforts. So on February 6th and 16th, we had two smaller snow events, and we used 300 tons of salt total. And it was handled entirely in-house, no contractors needed. Then on February 22nd to 23rd, we had a larger storm. Full Public Works crew and contracted plows were mobilized, 24 township vehicles, including 20 salting, plowing, 5 plowing only. We had 48 additional contracted trucks and equipment, and we used 100 tons of salt. It was less than the January storms. Other works that the Public Works are doing, they're working on ongoing pothole repairs between storms. They're updating the sign inventory in Tracer, and they're also continuing routine equipment and faculty and facility maintenance. These guys are getting ready for the spring. They're working hard. There's a lot of behind-the-scenes work that you don't see. These guys like fixing the trucks and loading it up and getting there, and it's just an incredible amount. And I just can't say enough about our Public Works, how wonderful they've been. That's all.
Thank you. Supervisor Lombardo.
Okay, this is where the fun begins. I'm going to officially declare winter over, and spring is here. I know we talked earlier about that, but I think there might be another snowstorm, a little snowstorm, but spring is here. As far as the senior center goes, I'm going to start with them. I visited there recently, and the place is busy. The place is just packed. If you like pool, if you like playing cards, if you like ping pong, if you like darts, whatever you like, they have it. They even have one of my favorites, and that is shuffleboard, the old sand shuffleboard. I don't know if they use sand there or not anymore, but the old sand shuffleboard. They have a lot of events coming up in March. Just name a few. Ceramics are there every Tuesday. Everyday AI presentation, which great for seniors to get more involved and more understanding of the AI culture that we're in. St. Patrick's Day celebration, obviously that's on March 17th. We're going to have a PA Career Link Day. They're going to bring their big truck up, and they got 12 stations there, computer stations, to help people with the computer and different programs and software. We also have a Kentucky Derby celebration coming up in April, so didn't know that we did that. So the Senior Center is active. Please go visit it. Please sign up. We're looking for more people to join the Senior Center. It's a great environment, great environment.
Oh, yeah.
As far as the Parks and Recreation, they are also getting ready for spring. Camp registration opens for non-residents starting March 1st. So any residents, please get there before March 1st, beat the crowd, because we only have about 50, 60 spots left. We have 490 already filled up. We got about 550 total, so that means only about 50, 60 more spots, and we are expecting to be at capacity this year. So please get there. Like I said, spring, summer, here we go. You're going to be getting, I guess, a brochure will be hitting your mailboxes. I guess they mail them out. A brochure is going to be coming out about all the programs. Obviously, they're just going to be promoting our concert series in the Blue Park, Municipal Park, or whatever park it is. And of course, there's also camps. They're also going to be promoting all of our camps and all of our programs. We're going to have our second annual Sun and Fun Fest, which is coming up Friday, June 5th. That's pretty far in advance, but I wanted to get that off. And obviously, we're going to have a big celebration for America's 250th birthday. That's going to be a big one. In addition, the swim club is at the Northampton Valley Country Club. I've been talking about it, and I'm surprised at how many people don't really realize in our township, how many of our residents don't realize that that is a community swim club, and they can go join it. And we also have a swim team, which I do remember that because two of my daughters swam against them, and they were very good. So they're looking for swimmers. We need swimmers. So there's a swim team there, and there's also lessons. So please, it's open now for registration. You can go register right now. There's also a trip coming up on the 18th to Broadway to see Lee Michelle in Ches the Musical. It's up there, I guess, in the theater district. It's a great place to go. It says here that the tickets are going fast, which I hope they are. Everything is included except lunch. It looks like lunch is on your own. I got a couple being in New York for many, many times. The couple recommendations, there's Carmine's, there's Tony Lapata's, and if you really want something exciting, go to the Marriott Marquis. It's a beautiful hotel. You're looking right at the big Times Square lighting board, and it has a rotating restaurant. So that is something you might like. Obviously, March 21st, we're going to have breakfast with the bunny, which is something that we have done every year, and it's a great, great thing. One last thing about the country club. This past Friday, we had a great event. The Juliana brothers were there. We sold that out. Over 240 people were at that big swinging event. Food, dancing, music, everything. And it was really, really a great environment. So happy to see that filled up. Please go to Tavern on the 10. I'm once again, talk to so many people, and they say, Tavern on the 10, where's that? It's a great restaurant with great food, open to the public, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So 7 days a week. So please, you know anybody, send them there. It's a great place to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's hope you're right about spring. Supervisor Moore.
I concur with you, Joe. I think spring is here, so.
Spring training. I watched summer baseball already. So.
That's great. Just a couple of things. In the zoning hearing board, the next zoning hearing board is going to be March 9th. The planning commission is scheduled for March 10th for next things. Things happening in town. We have, of course, Russell Gardens was approved last meeting. That's still in the administration process now, going through the process, getting all the approvals and everything else with the DEP, things like that. So that's going to be moving along. And then on Buck Road, we have the Roses, which is in full tilt right now happening. Unfortunately, because of the weather, a lot of things were delayed, but I'm sure once the weather improves, they'll catch up. And then the only other thing I'll mention at Council Rock South, at the school board meeting last Thursday, there was a meeting there which was well attended, and the school board voted 9-0 to vote for a new stadium to be built on the south field. The AstroTurf field's already in place. They want to build a stadium around it. So, what this township will do, this board will do, is it's been approved by the school board to go to the next step for the engineering study. We'll just wait until we see a planning commission report that tells us land development, issues about parking, lighting, things like that. So once that comes through, we'll expedite through the process. But right now, we're waiting for the school board to proceed with that. So that's all good. That's all I have.
Thank you. As a follow-up to last month when I mentioned that you could submit photos of cleared fire hydrants and win a prize, I was hoping that no one would be eligible for a prize this month because we would have no more snow. Obviously, I was way off base there. I will first congratulate Larry Blankemeyer of Richboro. He did win the gift card for submitting the picture of his cleared fire hydrant, and I'm going to use this as a reminder since we just got the 12 or so inches on Monday. If you have a fire hydrant in front of or near your home, take a few minutes and clear it off. It's a safety issue. And if you do so and actually take a picture of yourself after having cleared it and send that picture to chief@ntfd.org, you might win next month's gift card. And I hope there are no more gift cards to give after this most recent snowstorm until next winter. I also would say, as it relates to the snowstorm, I took the opportunity, since the roads were so clear on Monday by early afternoon, to stop by and visit Public Works. Those guys were exhausted. They were up the entire night, but I think the finished product speaks for itself. And I was pleased to see a number of residents emailing me with appreciation for how good the roads are. And I say this every time. As someone who goes to Doylestown every day, I know when I leave the township and I know when I get back, because the roads do not look the same when you cross out of the township. So you can't thank our guys enough for the hard work they do. Manager's report.
Nothing really to add, except that I echo all the comments about Public Works. Also should note that our police department and our Trihampton Rescue Squad was very involved in coordinating response efforts, and they work very well together, and we couldn't ask for a better team.
True. Thank you. Assistant Manager's report.
Nothing this evening. Thanks.
Solicitor's report.
No report this evening, thank you.
Thank you. And this would be the second opportunity for public comment. Sure, come on up, ma'am. Just for record purposes, if you want to state your name again, state your
Sure,
township
Carolyn.
resident, and you have 3 minutes.
Yep,
Go ahead.
Carolyn Blacknell, Busa Blacknell.
Just speak into the microphone, ma'am,
The
please.
Northampton Township Country Club, as well as the Delaware Valley Trust. I looked them up, and they're not on the Better Business Bureau, because I was trying to look at the rating to find out if they're financially healthy. And that was my question. And the Northampton Valley Country Club, we owe a lot of money on that. So what's going on? Like, it's a wonderful place. I've been to the Tavern on the 10, thought it was great. We were told we're going to make this money, and since we owe a lot, and I know a lot of young people that are moving into the township or have bought homes, what would you say to them about the future of the taxes they're going to pay? Now it's 2026. What do you think their taxes will be in 2030? Because and I love all the ideas, great, but I want a price tag. Every time you may say something, how much does the stadium cost? How much? The signs are probably fine. And there was a man here, watched a lot of your videos from all your meetings, learning, catching up on everything I missed over the years. He just asked for the lines to be painted from Council Rock South. The runners come out onto Alms House, and he must live across. And he just wanted to have a crosswalk painted, which probably cost $200. And I know you're doing a lot of nice things with I get the stop signs, that makes sense. But he did ask for that. I forget what year it was, 24. So I would like to put that back in the record. Could they just paint lines along Alms House to keep the runners safe that come out of Council Rock South and run towards Tyler Park? And, just would love more discussions from you guys about the financial health of this township, because everything does sound wonderful. A lot of caring people here. People help their neighbors shovel out, and you're right, the streets were wonderful. I heard them at midnight, at 7 in the morning, and everything's great. We all need to know, since we live here, we're here at this point with taxes, what is 10 years going to be? If we keep mounting this debt, obviously accumulates over time. I don't want to bore you with stuff, but as my family, with my husband, we don't have any debt at all. And we have old cars, so we don't buy things that we think are nice and we'd love to have. I'd love to have a new kitchen. I'd love to have new clothes. There's a lot of things I'd love to have, but we don't do that because we try to keep everything even, and so we don't have debt. So as you're making decisions, just put a price tag on each decision. And I would love that if you came out here and said, we're going to do this, and it's going to cost us $50 million. How are we going to pay for it? I think it's fair and transparency. Thank you for listening. Appreciate it.
Thank you. With no other business, I'll hear a motion to close the meeting.
So moved.
Second? Second. All right, meeting adjourned.